Hello, good morning. Here is your power walk. We will do this time in English because I have a special guest today, Augie Diaz.
Hello.
Hi, Augie. How are you?
Very well, thank you.
Beautiful. How was the regatta for you?
Oh, the regatta was tough. We were pretty stressed out at the beginning because it was blowing hard.
Yep.
And it was very tiring. And then yesterday we had a very long day. But you know, sailing in the Bacardi Cup is a thing of dreams. So, you know, so for me to sail yet another Bacardi Cup is a dream, and I'm very happy to do it. And by the way, congratulations to you, Mateus, for winning the regatta, your 6th in a row. What a pleasure that must be.
You know, it was the trick to do that. Make happy Bruno. Bruno make happy, because we sail with Bruno Prada from time to time. You sail with him, I'm sailing with him, so
yes.
You know, it's very important to make him happy.
Yes.
You winning with him, I won this time with him.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Augie is my great friend. We know each other for many years, and today I would like to ask you, Augie, about your experience in life, especially relations in the family, because almost everyone experienced that, and you have a so great experience with your parents, with your father, but also with your kids.
Right. Yeah.
And first of all, I would like to ask you about your kids, because a couple of days ago you told me that we should not really, it's better not to build a relation, friendly relation, too friendly relation with your kids. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
What I was referring to, Mateus, is that a lot of parents nowadays are trying to be friends with the kid, and this sets up the wrong dynamic. The child needs to understand that you have his best interest and should have faith and trust, and development of faith and trust in others, in this case for a child with a parent, is something that's very important from the point of view of development. And I think we can see that in a lot of cases where parents are, instead of telling the kid what to do, they're trying to explain to the kid, hey, they're trying to give an explanation. And I think that gets you in trouble at times, because when you're explaining things to kids and you're giving them reasons, pretty soon it becomes a discussion. And after that, it becomes a negotiation, and then you're really in trouble.
The kids are very smart.
Kids,
and if you give them the one touch of the finger, nail of the finger, they're trying to grab your hand, isn't it?
Kids they know so much more nowadays. There's so much more information, and I think that makes it that you have to be, concentrate on doing the right things by your kids. And I remember. When my kids grew up, I was always the disciplinarian and the one that was telling, and I never had a relationship where we were friendly. We were friends. But what this does, though, is it paves the way for you to become best friends with your child when it's time to do that, which is in their 20s. And I had that experience with my father. I always, with my father, I was basically being told how I was going to carry on, because also you have to be concerned about how children develop. And of course they develop from instruction that you give them, but they are also watching you very closely.
Yeah.
And I had a great father, and he was not my friend at the beginning, and then by the time I was in my late teens, I became his best friend. And of course, when he turned 75, I became his father.
It's amazing. So, on the beginning, he was your father when you were a teenager.
Right.
Then you said that you became kind of his brother.
Right.
Is that right?
Yes, we became brothers. We were like brothers.
Yeah.
For the longest time.
Yeah, and then after he turned 70.
Right. I became his father.
Unbelievable. Can you tell us more about this?
Well, my father was an incredible guy, and what he did, he provided me and my brother and my sister with incredible opportunity, including but not limited to when we all got out of college, out of university, we were able to go to work with him, which was incredible. Great opportunity.
Shall we turn left or right?
We can do whichever. I don't know this way, so let's go this way.
Yes.
So my father was, you know, a great friend. He was my best friend, and we of course we had the bond of sailing, and we did some very little, but just enough sailing together that it was magic. It was magical.
All right.
So, but I think that thing about being a child and being the son or daughter, then becoming very good friends with your parent, and then becoming the parent, that's what I call, that's a circle of life. And I think you can, if you do that well, you can be very happy.
So you became the friend with your father not from the beginning. That's what you meant.
Exactly.
This is what we just started to talk about during this power walk. That on the beginning, when you are the parent to your kid, they should pay respect.
Exactly.
You should be their role model.
Right.
So on the beginning, you didn't feel that much that you are friend with your father. Is that correct?
That's totally the case, and I think, you know, I had a second shot at parenting when my grandson lived with me for 3 years, between the ages of 8 and 11. And he used to tell me flat out that he didn't like living with me. And I would say, but Henry, are you doing better? And then he would say, yes, I am. I go, that's all I care about. If you're doing well, then I'm happy.
Yeah. I know Henry, and I remember when he was living with you.
Right.
And it's amazing that it was tough for him. It was challenging for him to be with you, because you were his role model, but you also put kind of level of living.
I put a lot of restrictions on him.
Yes.
I put a lot of. It turns out that Henry loves structure and discipline. And there are certain kids, all kids are different, but there are certain kids that really need a level of structure and discipline that is greater than other kids.
Yeah.
And I think that's what Henry needed. So he's doing well, and I think a lot of it has to do with when he gets into situations when there is a lot of structure and discipline.
Yeah. And after some time, when he lived with his mom,
yes,
this was what I heard, that he missed this discipline what you put in place.
Yes.
So on the beginning, my observation is that on the beginning could be tough for kids, but then they miss it.
Yeah.
Then they found out after some time that it was good for them.
Yeah.
Is it the case here?
Absolutely. I think if you ask Henry, he will say, hey, yeah, okay, it was good for me. And I think even nowadays, now that he's 14 years old, he understands that his best shot at doing well is when he's in those conditions where there is structure and discipline.
Yeah.
And when a child is able to connect those dots, it is magical, because that's how he can proceed to do well the rest of his life.
Yeah. You mentioned that when we are the parents to the teenagers, our kids, it's very important to teach them the discipline, but also to build this kind of trust.
Yes.
Trust, and combine with maybe not friendship, but good relation. How to do it?
Faith and trust.
Faith and trust.
Faith and trust are key to interpersonal relationships. Look what we just did this week. You placed a lot of faith and trust in what Bruno was going to do. If you're not able to develop that as a child, then it becomes harder to develop it as an adult.
Yeah.
Whereas if you, as a child, understand that your parents have your best interest, and you have faith and trust. You know, what is faith about? You have to believe in the person, you know, and trusting is super important. And we use faith and trust in everything we do with other people. And when you develop that faith and trust, I think you are able to work better with people.
Yeah.
Because you can give them responsibility, you can give them, they know that how they're going to be able to help you, all of the above.
I'm happy that you pointed it out, and I think this is the key words of today Power Walk, faith and trust. What we, not the friendship, but faith and trust. Because I also see that for my kids, I can say many things in theory. Do this is good, this is better, this is wrong. But when you show them and they experience in real life that something happens, and because we didn't give up, or we trust in a process, we trust in our decision, then they found out, oh, this is working actually. I will give you an example. We were trying to make it for the train, and they said, we'll not make it, it's too little time. And I said, okay, if we will just pack our bags in 1 minute, then, and you can do this, and when we will be walking and combine it with a little bit of run, but we don't have to run because it was too long, but then we have a big chance of making it. But we have to do it now.
Right.
Do you trust me that we will do this? No, we will not make it. Come on, let's do it. And we made it.
Right.
We entered the, how you say, when the trains are leaving
the station,
platform.
the station, the platform. Yeah.
When the train was just approaching. And, you know, I was so happy.
Yes.
Because when we sat down and the emotions went down, I said to them, you see, it was worth to try. And I believe that we can do this.
Right.
You can trust me sometimes, that because I experienced this before.
And trust comes before faith, but when you get the two things working together, you can really work with people, and your child, you know, your son or daughter is going to appreciate, you know, you a lot more. But it's hard to establish that. You either have to start out very, very young, like I did with my kids, or you have to work hard at it once a kid becomes of that age that they can, you know, argue or try to negotiate a little bit for what they want.
It's not coming easy for us parents, huh?
No, the world has become pretty complicated, and I think the kids are learning, they're smart, and they're learning. They have a lot more media than we could imagine, and I think that's hard. It's hard to put up with that.
I would like to come back, Augie, to your statement. Actually, it was the sentence that we should not become too friendly with our kids. There should be some borders. There should be some limitations. We should really focus on building this as a parent's role model, and also faith and trust. What's, from your observation, the parents are making the biggest mistakes by getting too friendly and too negotiable? You know what I mean?
Yes, for sure. And I think it starts because parents love the kids, love their children. And what happens is they confuse really what the responsibility of the parent is. Love is very important. We all need to love our children, but educating and showing a child how he's going to proceed is, in my opinion, the most important thing. So I think it starts from the basis that people they love before they teach. And first you have to balance those two things out. And if you have to err, you err on the side of teaching. Because
teaching is difficult. Teaching is kind of pressure. I found out that many parents, including me sometimes, we spoiled our kids too early to make them happy, because we are very often not at home, you know, we are away, and so on. But this is kind of maybe not the shortcut, but it can get dangerous for us in this kind of relation, faith and trust.
Great point, Mateusz, because really people confuse the fact that they think that pressure is bad. Pressure is great. You have to, if you do not grow, you grow in life, you don't grow when things are very nice. You grow through adversity. And it's really hard to explain this to a child. But when a child is having a bad time, I used to tell Henry all the time, I said, Henry, welcome adversity. Understand that this is your opportunity to grow. You're not happy right now, but when you get through this, you're going to be happy. Why? Because you persevered. And that process of hitting adversity, and the kids get in adverse situations all the time, at school, you know, and if you love your child so much and that you have him so protected and in a situation where he's never in an adverse position, then, you know, when adversity does come, because guess what? Adversity comes to all of us.
To all of us.
To all of us.
Yeah.
You know?
This is real life.
Yeah, that's life. That's part of life.
Yeah, brutal, hard, but real life.
But when you're able to say to yourself, hey, this is adversity, but I welcome, I want adversity. How am I going to get through it and conquer this adversity? That's when if you get a child thinking that way, oh my God, the rest is easy.
Yeah. Great quote, and I think this is what we can take off of this power walk. There's a couple of things, if we can summarize. Very interesting what you said about circle of life. That on the beginning, we as the kids to our parents, we are there, we are sons. Then we become brothers, and then they become our sons. Because we have to take care about them.
Exactly.
Circle of life, beautiful thing. And the second important things what I learned from today, from you, Augie, and I hope you too, is that it's very important to build a good relation with our kids, not the friendship, but especially faith and trust.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And that's key. I think if you are able to establish a relationship with your child where they know that you're the parent and that you're not the friend, then you set up a up and down discussion instead of a even discussion between child and parent.
Yeah.
Very important.
I like when my kids are negotiating with me, but I put very often some borders and said, okay, this is not negotiable. This is the way it has to go. And I like also what you said, that when it's tough, it's a good learning for our kids.
Yes.
Because this is the real life.
That's important. Getting through adversity and understanding adverse situations is very important to develop that ability.
Yeah. Thank you, Augie.
Thank you,
nice
Mateusz.
walk.
Thank you.
I hope you enjoy it. We say hi from Miami. This is your hometown.
Yes.
Beautiful. I hope you also enjoy this power walk in English. Normally we speak in Polish.
Yes.
But what is very international, I can say, is walking. Walking, languages are different. You speak also Spanish?
Yes, I do.
Yeah. But walking is international, so you can do it with everyone. You can do it everywhere. This is very healthy.
Yes.
Augie, once again, thank you very much.
You bet, Mateusz.
Yeah, and
congratulations on a great win, Mateusz.
Thank you. You had
6 Bacardis in a row.
I know.
Unheard of. That's unheard of.
I still
very, very impressive.
Cannot.
Hi.
Thank you, everyone, and remember that we walk every day. Also tomorrow. See you in the morning. Thank you, Augie. Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Dzięki za wspólny spacer. Partnerem strategicznym PowerWalk jest platforma MultiLife od Benefit Systems. Masz pytanie? To zadaj je w komentarzu. To był Power Walk, Twój podcast w ruchu. Razem idziemy małymi krokami ku wielkim zmianom.